Well, hello there, I am RJB from RJBTV, and welcome back to the series between Rabbit and 458 for game number 3. The score currently is 1 score for Rabbit, 1 win for 458. Both players won a single game, a Terran against Protoss and a Terran against Protoss, although, of course, 458 is the Protoss. Alright, we continue with game number 3. 458 here on the Red Protoss on the bottom middle of the map, up against the Rabbit here on the bottom right left corner, right next to him on the yellow Zerg. No more Terran against Protoss, it is now Protoss against Zerg. He finds him really early on into the game. That's both good and both bad for Rabbit, in the sense that he knows what he's dealing with, but so does 458, and 458 gets to basically get off a clean, very quick 2 gateway Zealot rush. Something Rabbit, of course, doesn't want to deal with, but something Rabbit knows is on the way, because he can see it. And that is his biggest advantage. The downside is, though, the fact that Rabbit is so close, 458 can just walk over, and the fact that there's no choke, of course, means that he doesn't have to protect the choke, but it also means that it is going to be hard to defend against Zealots inside of his base, because he's still got the pool on the way. Although the hatchery there and the pool both have finished, so we can start making some Zerglings, which are gonna be queued up very soon. I assume he saw those Zealots leave. He's gonna have that Sunken finish very soon as well, which is gonna keep those Zealots away. But he might try to build some pylons here on the sides. Not very common, but it's something he might try to do, and basically try to contain and keep Rabbit very small, and maybe go for something like a reverse. Not sure what he's gonna do, but he's gonna do something, that's for sure. Might try to hunt for some drones, because that is something he usually does, and if you got 2 Zealots against 1 Sunken, that most certainly is a really viable option. Gonna go in, and onto the drones he goes. Zerglings trying to keep them alive. 1 drone goes down, 2 drones, no, only 1 drone goes down. Zealot is trying to escape, and he's trying, he gets drone number 2. Might have been completely worth it, because you also made him lose mining time, and Rabbit, you're being very cheeky by putting 2 Overlords on top of that minerals at the same time. It's going to be difficult for 458 to send his probes to work. In fact, he is unable, but the cannon that's there up on the top side on the way is going to force those Overlords to retreat to a safer haven. Take some damage there, but they're both going to stay alive. Nothing to worry about for Rabbit. Now, 458 has a second next there on the way. Going to give him a lot of extra income, but we also already have 3 hatcheries there for Rabbit, although he would have preferred to go for triple hatchery before a pool, but the situation just didn't allow for it. Now, he's found himself a nice little spot to attack that Nexus. Is not going to go down, just going to take some damage. 2 more Zealots are going to spawn, and they're going to basically scare those Zerglings away or kill them. The Nexus actually almost threw its entire shield, an attack happening there at the same time as well. He put the Hylas Den on the top side to wall off Zealots, but it also exposes the Hylas Den to real Zealot pressure. Now Rabbit's going to have to cancel his range unless the Zealots go down before the Hylas Den does, but the Hylas Den is already dead and gone. He cancelled the Hylas range. He did queue up some Hylas there though, but 458 getting in some real damage here. This is more than Rabbit would like to deal with. That's a lot of damage, a lot of lost drones, lost Hylas Den. He is getting slowed down tremendously, and the Zealots just go right back in. Hylas spawn there though, and Hylas is going to try to zone them away. He's trying to make it impossible to select the drones below or beneath the Overlord. It's very smart. A lot of very smart tiny details that I'm seeing here from Rabbit. Putting the Overlord on top makes it hard to target the drones. I like it. Did it really work as he intended it to? Not really, because 458 still killed a couple of drones below the Overlord. But yeah, the idea is really nice. Now, 458 is just going for maximum macro build order. I see a lot more gateways coming up. Got 4 finished, 4 more on the way for a total of 8. Got a lot of Zealots that are crawling into the base across his pathway there on the middle, and he goes in for the attack. Is he gonna find another thing to kill or damage? I don't know. He's getting on top of the Sunkers there in the front. The Sunkers are out of range of the Sunkers there in the back, but the Hylas there behind the Sunkers are having a field day firing on those Zealots because they are within the safety of that Sunken. And he kills his 2 Sunkens, walks away, and he's gonna grow bigger, get more units, while he is basically just trying to keep Rabbit as small as he possibly can. But Rabbit is somehow holding on. Another wave of Sunkens there in the front getting taken down. Rabbit is having a very, very bad day. Things are just not working out for him at all in any way whatsoever. Got speed for Hydralisk on the way. I think he finished range. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We've got level 1 attacker also on the way. Once again, he's trying to recover. So 30, well, 28 drones, not really an amount that's very significant or very high. But 458 having a delayed Nexus there for the boosted economy, of course, also slowed him down. So both players are kind of within range of each other. The only downside or difference is 458 has a massive army. A literally massive army is now taking down overlords as well. This game really is not going pretty for Rabbit. Goes in from the side, from the front. There's a lot of Sunkens in the front. Hiders are moving backwards, hiding the Zealots. Zealots are on the chase, but switching over to the Sunkens instead. More Hiders are spawning behind the Sunkens. A couple of them moved into the front. He's getting a couple of the Sunkens, but there are so many Sunkens this time around that I think this might not have been the best move from... Oh wait, never mind. It was a brilliant move. He's killing all he can't get on top of those Sunkens in the back. Those Sunkens in the back are very well protected by basically all these structures that are blocking the Zealots from hitting the Sunkens in the back. Maybe the Dragoons could have hit them, but there's only 2 Dragoons. Not worth losing them as well. Best to just basically take what you gained and wait a little bit longer, grow a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, and go in again. But Rabbit here is handling this situation pretty, I don't want to say pretty well, but as best as he can. Orvate there going for the push there from the side. Found himself a very nice position outside of the range of these Sunkens in the back. Takes down the Sunkens. Hydras coming in from the side there though, forcing the Dragoons away. Dragoons on level 1 attack finished up. He's got a Robo on the way. They're back at home. Just in case we've got Lurkers coming in from Rabbit. Little Rabbit is not planning on going for Lurkers because those are too damn expensive for the situation. 50 probes there for 458 and 30 drones there for Rabbit. Ooh, I really hope Rabbit manages to wrestle his way out of this one, because things are not looking pretty. Things are definitely not looking pretty. Now, something I don't entirely agree with here is 458 going so heavily on the robotics, when all he has to do is basically just continue on with going for gateway units and gateway upgrades and getting an observer. Oh, Lurkers are actually there already. He was going for Lurkers, I just missed the upgrade happening. Lurkers are definitely something he wants to get. So 458 appears to be giving Rabbit a fighting chance here. He doesn't want to go in. He's got the observatory, he's got the robos. He can definitely make observers. I mean, he needs observers, but he's not getting them. Got a shuttle there on the way. He's getting observers, alright. I just don't know why he's getting so many of them robos when he really does only need gateway units. So Rabbit there managed to survive the early game. He almost died. I'm not sure how he did it, but he barely held on. And now we're moving into the mid-game phase, where his economy is growing bigger on his 5 hatcheries, 6 hatcheries, 2 more on the way for a total of 8. He's getting a lot of Sunkens there. He's pushing the Sunkens forward. 458 didn't go for a containment with cannons. He had the chance to do it, but he didn't go for it, and now Rabbit is slowly but surely gaining tiny bits of ground. Tiny bits of ground. And he's growing. Basically, he's starting to feel more secure. He's building himself a more secure position to play from. Now, Observer there went down with the vision from the Overlord and the Hydras. Another Observer there is on the way from the side. Goes in a little bit too early. The Observer didn't move forward. He's trying to make things happen, but oh, there was a big mismove there from Rabbit from 458. Tries to go for the Observer, but the Observer manages to dance its way around the Hydras into this nice little top section there. But the Sunkens on the bottom side are within range of hitting the Dragoons. And there's so many units coming in there. He's trying to go for the Observer once again. 558 dances the Observer away. Once again, dances back and forth, but so many Sunkens, so many Lurkers. The Zealots have all gone down, the Dragoons all going down. And that situation was very well played by Rabbit, and relying entirely on his Lurkers and Sunkens to defend, while using his Hydras to force 458 to focus on his Observer. Because if 458 doesn't focus on his Observer, the attack instantly, completely fails. And that gives Rabbit a lot of free time to grow bigger, stronger, more secure, get his economy in an even healthier state, and maybe even come back to win the game. I mean, the game is now looking much better for Rabbit. A little drop is coming in from the bottom side, but Rabbit might be looking. Rabbit is not responding yet. Rabbit is responding. Drones are running away to safety. Drones are running away to the other side of the map. Running away. Reapers are too far away. The Scarabs cannot connect, and that drop doesn't quite succeed. Is there still something else in the Reaver? No, nothing else in the shuttle. So yeah, the situation didn't quite work out. Now, if 458 went for a frontal attack with observers and those Reavers, this might have been a different story. He tried to gamble on an easy win. Basically, going in for the drop is trying to get an easy win, because if you kill the economy, the game is completely over. But an easy win sometimes carries a bit of risk. Goes in once again. More Reavers or Templars. I see Templars there inside the shuttle. Kills the shuttle with the Templars. Lucky snipe there. Great accuracy. Gets the exact right target. Rabbit's still running away though, because he doesn't know which shuttle he sniped. Yeah, his economy stays safe. His economy stays safe. He still don't have the supply, but his economy is still safe and sound. A lot of Sunkens in the front, getting more structure on the side. Another drop comes in from the top left. From the top right of his base. He's gonna try to snipe the shuttles once again. Templar in range. Drones running away. Not in time. He loses about 20 of his drones. Still beautiful hit there from 458, but luckily for Rabbit, he keeps 39 drones alive. Not the amount he wanted, but the amount he basically gets to keep. So 458 dropping really consistently here. Two of them didn't really connect, but the last one, oh, he got the money shot, but it was the money shot enough to definitively keep Rabbit out of the game. 458 has so many units there in the front, he's going to have to put more pressure onto Rabbit, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's hotkeying his units, putting them into position, ready to roll out. He's ready to roll out. Going for the frontal attack. Where is the Observer? Where? There's the Observer. It's a little bit late. So many lurkers there in the front. Come on, move over the Observer. Oh, he's once again late with the Observer. Not what he wanted, but it's what happened. But he's still getting it. He's still getting something done here. He's still forcing Rabbit to lose structures, and lost structures, of course, means lost investment, and lost investments means that he has to replace them. Although he loses the shuttle there with the Reaver, and the Reavers are getting attacked by the Hydras. The Hydras not gonna kill any of the Reavers, but more Hydras coming in there from the backside, move to the front side, gonna ignore the Dragoons and take down the Reavers. And yes, he takes down the army defense successfully, but he did lose about 7, 8, 9 Sunkens, a lot of Lurkers as well, a lot of Hydras dead and gone, but at least he's still alive. Somehow he's magically, heroically managing to somehow claw his way back into the game. It's with the skin on his teeth, but it's almost working. Or is it just working entirely? I don't know. 458's offensive abilities are strong, but Rabbit's defensive capabilities are matching really well. Goes in. Doesn't get the Templars. Templars are unloading. Templars are storming, but the drones are too far away. You can't storm on the drones. The drones are safe and sound. Still alive. Puts the back on the minerals, and he's got 52 drones to mine with. Yeah, he's gonna stay alive for a little while longer, although his money is very low. 458 is preparing another attack there. He's building a lot of cannons on the side as well. Honestly, I would prefer to see him just spend all his money on, and all his actions on, basically just making gateway units and sending them in through the front door to try and keep Rabbit from comfortably rebuilding. He has to force Rabbit to keep spending the money on defending and rebuilding and remassing the units there in the front, because at the moment Rabbit isn't really making units all that much. He's got a couple of mules on the way, but only about 5 or 6. It's not that many. He's mostly building drones, building Sunkens, building spores, and getting very strong and comfy there in the front. That's just a lot of Sunkens, a lot of spores. It's very difficult to get them observers into position, because the lurkers are behind the spores, so the observers are going to get taken down by the spores every single time, unless he keeps them at a far distance. But if he keeps them at a far distance, it means that the lurkers have free fire on dragoons and zealots that are trying to break through. So now he finds himself in a pretty difficult pushing position. Drop comes in, Scourges on the hunt, Scourges are hitting, Scourges are not connecting with the most important shuttle. Templar unloads, Templar storms, but it misses the drones. Beautiful dodge. Once again, Rabbit is on point. Despite the very rocky start, he is starting to have everything, every little thing in his play, just connect in the exact right way. All the puzzle pieces are coming together, and he's just hitting the zone. He's hitting the zone, and he's vibing really hard on a really, really well executed Zerg play. Still only on 8 hatcheries, but look at the amount of sunkers there in the front. His economy is healthy. His supply count is no longer half of 458. It's now about 3/4 of 458's total supply count. More Dragoons coming in from the front door. I don't see observers this time around either. There's one lurker there in the mix. The one lurker might prove to be a problem for him. Oh, the observer has arrived. A lot of Templars there in the back. No more Zealots to attack. Dragoons and Reavers it is. Guardians going straight for the Reavers. Templars in the back trying to storm, but the Guardians are trying to make their way out of there really quick. You got 1 carapace upgrade on the Guardians. Got 2/1/2 upgrades there on 458's gateway units. The ground units for 458 are for Rabbit are. Oh, drop comes in. It's a fake drop. There's no shuttle in there. He's breaking the. Ooh, he's getting so much done there in the front. About 15 Sunkers are dead and gone. He's breaking through. Storms coming in to kill the Guardians. He doesn't have energy for the storm at the moment. Reavers are being picked up and unloaded. Guardians getting taken down. Guardians are dancing back and forth. Got some new hiders there in the back. Some new lurkers as well for drop defense. But 458 really, really managed to gain a lot of ground. And he's going to keep on gaining more ground because Rabbit is struggling for money. Basically, this is what I meant. 458 is putting so much frontal pressure on Rabbit's defense here and his choke that he basically every little bit of money that's coming in is going into reinforcing and rebuilding his choke, his defenses. He's not gonna grow any bigger anytime soon. He can't really put drones on his minerals. He can't really make hydralisks. He's struggling for money. 458 is solidly going in. Drop comes in, Rabbit is not dodging, Reaver unloads, Reaver shoots a Scarab, Scarab is not gonna connect! Ooh, drone staying alive, very, very close call there, very, very close call. Shuttles are empty, there was only one Reaver in there, but you're in the front, look at how much ground he's gained. This is really, really consistent macro. Great storms, Guardians not really putting up much of a fight, the hiders are on 0-3, level 3 attack upgrade. He's been doing a really good job of getting his attack upgrades, but he needs armor upgrades as well. And there's pretty much no Sunkens left. I mean, there's still a lot of Sunkens, but compared to how many Sunkens and Spores there were like 2 minutes ago, 458 is mowing the lawn, the grass, are the Sunkens. It's breaking through. The Lurker's on the way. 120 supply against almost maxed out 458. 458 repositions. He's going to ignore those Sunkens there on the top corner, because why should he focus on them when he can just move his Dragoons down into the bottom right corner of Rabbit's base and push that way. But Rabbit there is going to push his top Sunkens closer to his choke and make 458 focus on them again. There's a one shuttle there in the front. Unloading some Reavers. I don't see observers at the moment. The Lurkers have unloaded. Lurkers are going to get stormed to death there though. Yeah, he's breaking. He's going to try to break through once again. Great storm on the Lurkers. Observers coming in. This time around he's got way more Dragoons, way more units to push. The amount of Sunkens might just be enough or might just not be enough. As the game goes on, Sunkens become less useful than they are in the early game. Templar unloads, Templar storms, and he hits the drones. Oh no, Rabbit's got 12 drones left. That's the very last thing we wanted to happen, and that's an instant GG call. Although I don't think Rabbit could have held on for much longer. Just look at this. 458 has gained a lot of ground. Most of the Sunkens are dead and gone, and he only had 8 hatcheries. And not a lot of money coming into the bank. He was almost broke. So yeah, very well played there from 458. Great start. A bit of a rocky mid-game section there. Didn't really achieve much in the middle section of the game. But after, in the late game, his multitasking, his playing speed was just superb. And he managed to keep Rabbit on his toes, and Rabbit just couldn't keep up. and Rabbit once again fell to 458's superb Protoss. Thank you for watching. It was RJB for RJBTV. I hope you will return very soon again to enjoy the remainder of Rabbit against 458 of this very high level gameplay, and hopefully we get to see more excitement like this game, because this game was quite unorthodox, and it was honestly just a really nice back and forth. It was really nice. Rabbit was holding on, but he couldn't hold on for long enough.